Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for coming back. In today's video, we are going to talk about some qualities that you need to possess as a nurse. Some things that you can use to look at yourself and think, okay, can I go into nursing? Do I really belong in nursing? So if you are interested, stay until the end of this video, guys. So before we move into the video, hi, if you're seeing me for the first time, my name is Samuel Bela. Feel free to follow me on all my socials and feel free to subscribe to my channel because I love to teach on my channel and you will definitely love it. Alright, moving on with today's video, we're going to talk about some qualities that you need to look at yourself. Do you have them before you can go into nursing? If you don't have these qualities, you can either work on yourself to develop these qualities or you don't go into nursing at all. Number one is you have to be a people person. Now, as a nurse, you need to deal with a lot of people. You need to relate with a lot of people. You have to relate with the nurse assistants. You have to relate with the doctors. You have to relate with the patients. You have to relate with the patient's relatives and so much more, the lab technicians, a lot of people. Now, if you're finding relationship or communication difficult to achieve, you may not be so good as a nurse. So if you don't have those things, you either work on yourself or don't go into nursing at all. Another one is parental pressure. Are you into nursing because of pressure? It may not necessarily be parental pressure, it may be peer pressure or pressure from people in your community, like they want you to be a nurse or this or that because they think that you are brilliant and yes, you would excel as a nurse. Well, if you are going into nursing without passion and you get into nursing, nursing can be so frustrating, and because you don't have passion for it, you might end up losing that vision, that goal, and quit along the line. So if you are going into nursing because of pressure, please stop it. There is a saying that when you do what you love, you'll never work for a day in your life. So if you love nursing and you're not going to it because of pressure, you will enjoy every bit of it. Alright, another one is if you are not a super hard worker, you can be lazy. I know I can be lazy sometimes. Alright, you can be lazy and nursing does not really accommodate someone who is lazy. You know, you'll have to read a lot of things in a short time span. You have to work. Sometimes we may be short-staffed. Sometimes we may have multiple admissions, and if you are not super fast and you are not like a super hard worker, that you can be able to work under stress, that you are able to do things under stress, or like being able to accommodate stress as an eustress, or being able to work hard, you may not excel as a nurse because nurses need to be hardworking. Alright, the third thing is that you need to be a person who is good in assimilation. And what do I mean by this? As a nurse, we need to memorize a lot of things, drug dosages, some drugs that are contraindicated in some conditions, a lot more. We need to consider all these things. Then we need to know when our patients are due for some tests, or maybe if some tests have been taken out in the lab and the lab is yet to return their results. A lot of things. We need to be super good in assimilation. If you want to hand over, you will not just be looking at your patient's chart in front of them to hand over. You should be able to say, okay, this is Mr. So-so, he is having so-so condition, he's this and that, he has had so-so medication, he has done this, he has done that. You know, you don't need to study for so long for you to be able to know all these things. Like, you need to be super good in assimilation. Just looking at your book, you'll be able to assimilate those things. Just looking at your patient's chart, you should be able to assimilate the major things that you need when handing over the patient to the next nurse on duty. So this calls for both student nurses and staff nurses. We need to be good in assimilation. So if you are having a poor assimilation skill, I don't think nursing is for you, but anyway, you can still work on yourself and be an excellent nurse. Alright, another thing is that you have to be able to smile even when you're angry. You have to be able to control your emotions. You know, sometimes patients, we may lose some patients, and we may be really touched and feel like crying, but as a nurse you should be able to cover your emotions. Sometimes you may be angry due to something that has happened at home, or due to something that you're passing through. It may be a condition, it may be a situation that you're in, and it's giving you lots of sorrows. As a nurse, we should be able to mask it up and put on that angelic smile whenever we come before our patients. That's why so many people say nursing is like acting. Well, I sometimes believe them. I do believe them anyway, because most nurses are good in acting. My point is, you need to be able to mask your emotion and put up a smile whenever you're in front of your patient. All right, the next thing is that you have to be in control. Yes, as a nurse, you're in charge of the ward assistants, nurse assistants, the ward orderlies. So many other people are under you as a nurse. So you have to be in control. It doesn't matter your age. It doesn't matter how older than you these people are. You have to be in control. You have to be able to organize your patients, the nurse assistants, and so many other things. You have to show them that you are in charge. Yes, and it's not by saying, hey, don't you know I'm in charge? There's a way you comport yourself. There's a way you show authority, and there's a way you demand for respect by yourself. Okay, another thing is if your communication level is low. Now, it's a bit similar to if you're not a people person, but this one is different. This one has to do more with a relationship between co-workers. As a nurse, I have to deal with the doctor. I have to speak on behalf of my patients to the doctor. I have to speak on behalf of my patient to the lab technician, and so many things. So you have to be a person that has high communication skill. You have to be able to, speak up. You have to be able to say some things, and you have to be able to be the best person you can be. You have to be able to communicate, speak on behalf of your patients to those that you need to at the right time. Another thing is that you need to be a critical thinker. I don't need to talk too much about this. We already know there are some times that the doctor may not be around, and your patient may be having a reaction such as an anaphylactic reaction or shock or whatever it may be. And as a nurse, if you are not a critical thinker, you may not be able to decipher what your patient needs at that time. So this is why I'm saying that as a nurse, you need to be a critical thinker. Another one is that you have to be self-confident. Yeah, you have to believe in yourself. You have to believe in what you have to offer to your patients. You have to believe in your skills. You have to believe in your knowledge. You have to believe in whatever you have. Some people may be fortunate to become a registered nurse at a very early age, such as 19, 18, or 20. It's a very good luck, and if you are not careful, these people may sometimes lose their self-esteem or whatever. But I am telling you that as a nurse, to excel as a nurse, you have to be confident. You have to be self-confident. You have to believe in yourself. Another thing is that you need to have a good listening skill. Yeah, good listening skill goes a long way. It goes a long way in terms of your patients, in terms of relation with your patients, in terms of relation with the doctors, in terms of relation with your co-workers, in terms of relation with other people. All right, guys, so I don't want to make this video to be too long, and I'll be wrapping it here for now, and there's possibility that I'll work on a part 2 of this video. Okay, guys. So all right, we've come to the end of today's video. If you guys enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up, share the link to this video with your friends and family, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I love you guys, and before you leave, I hope you stay safe, stay healthy. Don't forget to use a mask, and I love you guys.